A Vort from the Rebbe on this week's Parshas Mikeitz. In Parshas Mikeitz, we learn that when there was a hunger all over the world, Yaakov saw that there is food in Mitzrayim, so he said to his children, Lama Tisro, why should you show yourself? In other words, he was telling him to go and buy food, and he started off by giving the introduction, Lama Tisro, why do you show off? And Rashi explains what that means. Rashi says he's saying, why do you show yourself in front of the Ishmael and in front of Esav, that those families, as if you are full, as if you have enough? And the Rashi adds, at that time they still had grain, they still had food. So the Rebbe asks many kashas, but just to mention one or two, that from the words that he said, why do you show yourself for Ishmael and Esav as if you are full, as if you have enough? It means that really they didn't have enough. They just made it look as if they had enough. And then Rashi says, as we just mentioned, because then they still had enough tfuah. So it's a contradiction. By saying that you're showing as if you have enough, as if you're full, means that you don't really have. And then Rashi says they had enough at that time. So what does that mean? So the Rebbe explains that it means like this. They had enough at that time for then. But they made it look, people were able to see that they feel as if they have enough for a long, long time later on. And that's what they did. They showed themselves as if they are sveim, as if they are full, as if they have enough, not just for now. Really, all they had was enough for now. That's what Rashi said. At that time they had. But for later they didn't have. And the best proof that they didn't have for later is that when the food they bought in Mitzrayim finished, they had to go again. That means they didn't have any extra for later. So they only had enough for then. But what they made themselves look, the people that looked at them, looked as if they had, the feeling they showed and everything, as if they have enough for who knows how long, a long, long time. Why did they do that? Why did they make it look that way, as if they have enough when they really didn't have enough? So the Rebbe explains, because they had the real bitochen. They had the real bitochen in Hashem, that Hashem will provide for them always. So they felt mamish as if they have enough. They only had enough for now, but they felt and they wanted everyone to see that they feel bitochen in Hashem. They have the real bitochen in Hashem, that Hashem will provide them for later on. And that's what Rashi means. The Rashi says that they made it look ki'ilu sveim, as if they're full for later, because at that time they only had for now, but nevertheless they wanted to show their bitochen on Hashem. That's why they made it look as if they have enough for later on. And that's a lesson to every single Yid. Every Yid has to know that no matter what, you have to have bitochen on Hashem. Even if you only have something for now and you don't know what's going to be tomorrow, so you have to do everything in Derech HaTeva to get it. That's why they went down to Mitzrayim to buy everything. But nevertheless, as far as their feeling was and what you could see on them, they have the full trust in Hashem that Hashem will provide, as Leibel had happened, that they got the food the whole time.